Namaste, brothers and sisters. Namaste. It's 14:14 in Turkey. We've had the update from Saphir. I'm having a few struggles with the old filters today. This is no filter. And and then this is with the lights. Okay, that's all right. That filter's all right, isn't it? So Brazil time, it's 8:15 Brazil time. Beautiful way to start the morning. Thank you. Okay, so brothers and sisters, I just want to say a massive, massive prayer of gratitude to all of you beautiful souls that massively overwhelmed with birthday messages yesterday. And it was my, I turned 45. And hello Anna, and so yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. I had over 1,000 messages, which was really quite overwhelming. Hello Pramadima, and yeah, just genuinely, I'm so grateful, and I feel so touched. And sometimes it's hard to assimilate sometimes the messages I get, because they're so beautiful and they're so consistent, and they're pretty much all saying the same things. And yeah, it is quite, it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but I read all of them, and I'm so happy. Thank you, Brooke. I'm so happy to be, for us all to be in each other's lives. It's such an amazingly massive blessing. So I'm just making this video to say thank you. And also to just want to speak a little bit about what's going on with the energies at the moment, and so what I'm noticing is that a lot of people, myself included, are going through quite intense ascension symptoms at the moment. I just want to speak a little bit about ascension symptoms. So the reason why, for the most part, we experience ascension symptoms is because our bodies are, we've been born into this 3D matrix where there's a lot of lies, a lot of illusion, and a lot of density, and a lot of heaviness, and a lot of density. So as we're like transitioning into the new earth, and as the frequency of the collective is transforming and raising, this means that we are coming into alignment with ever more succinctly with the heart of the galactic central, which is called Alcyon. And as the Earth, because it's on its precession around its 26,000 year cycle around the Milky Way in the galaxy, it comes into alignment every 26,000 years with the heart of the galaxy. And once that alignment occurs, this activates the dispensation of photonic light particles, which are also called gamma rays, which are also called God particles. And these particles are of a very high vibration. They're like heaven, the vibration of heaven, of like the highest consciousness. And so when those frequencies, those extremely high frequencies are interfacing with the 3D frequency band, they activate a dislodge, and it's a bit like a gardener who's going into a garden where it's just been taken over by mad crazy weeds. And so the light is coming in, and it's having to go really deep down into the crevice in order to pull out those weeds. And so this is what's happening with these energies at the moment, and the fact that so many of us are experiencing quite a lot of ascension symptoms at the moment means that we really genuinely are in this ascension gateway, this ascension corridor, where we are all collectively being bombarded with these light particles. That is really unprecedented. And so, and I've been speaking about this since I started writing my blog, that these ascension windows that we enter into are going to keep on increasing in intensity until we align with the full-on shift of consciousness. So basically, that is what's going on. So the reason why a lot of us are experiencing symptoms is because we're clearing out these really old layers and old programmings. And for many of us, it's like a lot of us have done a lot of our own personal clearing work, but now a lot of us are doing work for our family, and we're also doing work for the collective. So some of us have taken on purge for the collective, to accelerate the timeline of the solar flash event, or the shift in consciousness. So this is just to offer some perspective as to why a lot of us are experiencing these quite full-on symptoms. And we're just going to talk about now how the best way to cope with these symptoms. So one of the best ways and the most effective ways I've found to cope with intense Ascension symptoms is to communicate to my higher self. So I will just go into a little meditation, and I would say, higher self, please can you lessen my Ascension symptoms? I need to function on the 3D reality. I need to function. Like, it's no good me having Ascension symptoms that are going to like wipe me out and, you know, make me completely not be able to function. So I just say really clearly to my higher self, please can you lessen the Ascension symptoms so that I can function on the 3D level. That has always worked, although I must admit this gateway has been particularly intense, and I've had to say it a few times, and it has worked, but it's quite a strong period that we're in. But anyway, it's a top tip. You can communicate to your higher self, because your higher self is just really wanting to help you, and it's wanting to support you, and it's wanting to assist you to really raise your frequency and to stabilize at that frequency. And so it will sometimes put us in gateways where we're doing this accelerated purging. So it's totally appropriate for us to step in at those times and say, whoa, just slow down, like this is too much and I need to be able to function. This is a really top tip, brothers and sisters, and I hope you take it on board if your symptoms are a bit too much. Another really powerful top tip is to make sure that we drink lots of water. Because actually what we're doing is we're flushing through this old density. So this old density is being dislodged and removed from our physical system. So it needs a way out, doesn't it? It definitely needs a way out. So the more water that we can drink, it's like we can purify and we can assist in this purging process, in this releasing from our physical vessel process of the density. Very top tip. But make sure it's high vibration water like spring water or distilled water. Another really top tip with Ascension symptoms is walking barefoot on the earth, because what's happening is that all the energies are sort of like these intense spiritual energies, you can call them, are getting a little bit short-circuited. They're getting a little bit short-circuited in our physical forms, because they're finding it hard to really release, or to find an outlet to release. But when we lay our bare feet on the earth, we create sort of like a conduit, so that the earth can then magnetize and channel through and pull through these intense energies. And actually we're feeding the earth. It's like the earth really needs our vibration, and the earth really needs our bare feet on it. So it's this win-win situation. So walking barefoot on the earth is very top tip. Also, at times like this, when you're going through Ascension symptoms, I would really highly recommend working with bark flower remedies and homeopathy, because bark flower remedies and homeopathy, they both work on a vibrational level, and they're working on the etheric level, and really this is where the distortions took place on the etheric level, on the etheric blueprint level. And so we could like spend all our time, money and energy dealing with our physical symptoms and alleviating and managing our physical symptoms, but it's much better for us to go to the actual root of where this sort of like stuck energy kind of like accumulated, and that is always on the etheric level. So just find out, like, you know, what's coming up for you, like what's coming up for you emotionally. Is it fear of abandonment? Is it I'm not good enough? Is it feeling ugly? You know, and whatever it is that's going on for you, because you're purging that old belief from your own sort of like microcosm consciousness, but you're also purging it for the collective. So it's not even yours, like you're just a divine being and you've just picked up this dodgy programming, you know, and that is what's being cleared. But it is these imprints that have left their mark on the etheric plane. Much better to go to the root of where the issue took place, which is on the etheric level, and recorrect it at that level. And bark flower remedies and homeopathy are absolutely nothing can compete with them for dealing with these issues on the etheric level. And also, it's really, really important that if you're getting signs and messages from your team, whether it's through dreams or intuitions or messages that you need to go and get checked out by the doctor, by the allopathic doctor, you must do that. Like, take heed of any messages that your body is giving you. And it might be that your body's not giving you messages to go and get your blood tested or to get this tested and that's fine. But if you are getting those messages, it would be highly, highly irresponsible for you to not go and get things checked out. You know, so and that applies to all of us. Like, you can't just go, oh, it's an Ascension symptom. Like, it probably is an Ascension symptom, but much better if you're a bit worried or there's something like niggling away at you, much better for you to go and get that checked out, and so therefore I can deal with it. We all really, really have to take responsibility for our vessels. And also, going forward, it's really, really important that we hold visions and images, clear visual images of our bodies, like really, really functioning at a high optimum level. Top tip. So that's that, brothers and sisters. I just did want to speak a little bit about Ascension symptoms. I've got a few things to talk about, but we are going. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go straight into the healing, and basically, we're going to be again working with our Pleiadian brethren, our Pleiadian brothers and sisters, and they are well aware right now that we're all going through a huge level of releasing low density from our physical vessels right now. And our Pleiadian brothers and sisters, they have actually gone through this process of transforming their density. And so they are in a wonderful position to be able to guide us and to be able to really, really massively support us on this, coming into this next level of our healing journey, and being able to really, really sort of like acclimatise to these massive shifts that are taking place. So we are going to be working with our Pleiadian brothers and sisters. It's going to be about a 15-minute meditation, very, very deep healing meditation, which I'm pretty much going to. So if you're here because you want to do the meditation, I invite you to make sure that you're not going to get distracted, and you're not going to start going on YouTube and checking out this video and that video, checking your Instagram likes, and because otherwise it will really, really, you just won't get the benefits of it. If you're going to do the meditation, just do it and just have everything closed and just really gift yourself this this phenomenal blessing, you know, or just don't do it. Just like maybe do it later before you go to bed when you have got time to really, really be present for the meditation. So so we're going to go straight in and do the meditation, the healing meditation, and then afterwards I'm going to speak a little bit more about some subjects matters that are coming up for many of us on the twin flame path. So brothers and sisters, I just invite you now just to find yourself in a comfortable position. Just close your eyes. Begin to take in some nice deep breaths. Breathing in through your navel center. And as you breathe out, just bringing your awareness to where your body is in contact, the floor, the chair or the bed. Really attuning to the sensation of feeling held and feeling carried. It's giving yourself very deep permission to surrender in this moment, knowing you are being held and you are being carried. On the next out breath, visualizing a cord coming out of your root center, and send this cord now deep into the core of Mother Earth. And when you ground into new Earth, new fifth dimensional Earth that is currently interfacing with our 3D reality. Make sure that you attune your vibration and ground into New Earth. And like a white snake, visualize your grounding cord wrapping itself tightly around the core of Mother Earth. With each out-breath, send your grounding cord deeper and deeper. Really feel yourself grounding and anchoring on your grid point, lighting up your grid point. Now in your mind's eye, I invite you to visualize yourself in your favourite place in nature, whether it's the beach or the mountains. So wherever it is, just see yourself sitting on the earth in your favourite spot in nature. Just feel the warm sun glowing on your skin. Just smell the plants and the wildlife around you, and get a sense of birds of paradise and the butterflies that are flying all around you. As you look around you, you notice that the light is shifting and it's becoming brighter. Everything is just becoming brighter. And as you are sitting in your favourite spot in nature, observing everything around you becoming brighter and brighter, you notice that in front of you, a golden light chamber has appeared, and it's like a cylinder of light. It's a bit like, I guess it's some sort of energy craft, you could say. Has just appeared right in front of your eyes. Just get a sense of yourself looking at this tube of golden light and just really, really feeling an amazingly powerful presence that is emanating from behind the shield. And on the count of 3, I'm going to visualize this cylinder opening. 1, 2, 3. And as the cylinder opens, out steps a masculine and feminine pleidian brother and sister who are specifically working with your spirit team to make the shift into the higher density. Just notice the illumination of these very humanoid beings, very, very, very extremely beautiful beings, like more beautiful than any human that you've ever seen. And their faces are very sculpted, like angelic perfection. And you notice that this Pleiadian brother and sister have almost, it's like a light bulb in their heart. And their heart area is particularly illuminated. Just notice that. And they are smiling softly at you, very, very powerfully and very lovingly. Just attune yourself now to being in their presence. And as you are standing there, or sitting there, observing, being in the presence of these great beings, you notice that on the floor next to you there is a white bag. And in this white bag, This white bag contains all of the memories and all of them have innocently taken to your attachment to victim consciousness, your attachment to 3D consciousness, this idea of being separate, this idea of being abandoned, this idea of not being safe, being a victim of circumstances. All of these beliefs, all of these memories, all of these programs are stored in this white box. Just get a sense of this white box next to you. How heavy it is, that it's quite heavy. Just get a sense of that. And as you are sitting there, the female Pleiadian sister steps forward and she begins to communicate telepathically to you. And she communicates that her and her divine counterpart have come forth in this moment to assist you to fully and absolutely release all residues and attachments to 3D victim consciousness. And she asks you, are you willing to release your attachment to the belief that you are separate? Please answer her. And she says, good. And as she is communicating to you telepathically, you notice that there is, it's like a handcuff, and there's a chain. And your Pleiadian sister, she reaches into her pockets and she pulls out a golden clippers. And she explains that if you are willing, her and her divine brother will be able to assist you in fully removing all last residues of attachment to victim consciousness. And she asks you now, are you ready to release? Please answer her. And she comes over, she walks over to where you are, and on the count of 3, she's going to cut the chain that is attaching you to the bag. 1, 2, 3. She's now cut the chain, and on the count of 3, she's going to cut off this handcuff around your wrist. 1, 2, 3. Just feel that handcuff just drop to the ground. And as you have now been released from this white box, Pleiadian soul brother lifts up his left hand into the air and he clicks his fingers 3 times. And as he clicks his fingers, a violet portal of transmutation opens up right in front of your feet. Just observe this spinning violet portal. You are guided to stand up now as the 3 of you stand around this portal. And your Pleiadian sister communicates to you that before you release this white box to the portal, please take a moment to send a prayer of gratitude and send a blessing, because all of these experiences that this box has given you has been invaluable to you as a soul consciousness. Bearing in mind that one of the main reasons we incarnate is to experience polarity and contrast. And this box has ensured that many of us have experienced polarity and contrast. So be sure to send a prayer of gratitude and blessings for that. Thanking this box for all of these experiences. And if it feels appropriate to you, you are invited now to say, please repeat after me. I give thanks and send a blessing to all of these experiences that my soul has experienced. They have helped me become who I am today. But from this moment on, these beliefs and programs are no longer serving me. And I choose 100% to release these old 3D programs and beliefs to the violet portal of transmutation. And on the count of 3, we're going to drop that white box bag into the centre of the portal. 1. Hold it out. 2. 3. See yourself drop that white box and just see yourself throw in all of the chains. Just observe now how it's being transmuted. Count of 3, this process will be complete. 1, 2, 3. Pleiadian brother lifts up his left hand and he clicks his fingers and the portal vanishes. And as you are standing there, the portal is now gone, the bag is gone. You notice that your Pleiadian brother and sister, they come and they make like a circle around you with their hands. They sort of like form a cylinder around you. And as they are standing around you, both third eye becomes extremely activated. And you notice that their third eye begins to, they're like rainbow, like a rainbow spectrum is beginning to spin in their third eye. And they're concentrating right now. And what they are doing is they are forming a healing chamber. On the count of 3, this will be complete. 1. Just get a sense of this light chamber forming on the etheric plane. 2. It's becoming more denser and denser. 3. You now find yourself in a rainbow light healing chamber. And this is Pleiadian technology that existed at the time of Lemuria, that assisted the versions of ourselves that were incarnated at the time of Lemuria to maintain a very, very high frequency, a high stabilized frequency. So just see yourself now, just standing in this rainbow light chamber. And you notice that in this chamber there are green buttons placed at different levels of your body. So there's 2 green buttons for your shoulders. There's a few green buttons for your head and your brain. There's also green buttons around your back area. It doesn't need to be specific, but just get a sense of in this chamber there are these green buttons. And now take 2 deep breaths in. And now choose one area of your body that you're experiencing quite a lot of sensations or pain. And you notice that around that area there is a green button. It could be an organ, it could be muscles, it could be headaches, it could be migraines, doesn't matter. But just intuitively sense where the green button is that is particularly pertaining to this area on your body. And just, I invite you now just to press that green button on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Press the green button. And as you press this green button, this very, very intense golden light begins to emit. And if it's your shoulders, just feel this as a light massage, like you're being massaged by light. Feel this for any area, whether it's an organ. Just get a sense of the light is massaging you, and it is bringing great, great comfort to these areas. So you're standing in this great golden chamber. You feel these sound frequencies are beginning to emit from all around you. And these sound frequencies are activating a shift in the density of where this energy was quite stuck and dense. And these sound frequencies and these light frequencies are normalizing and neutralizing the density. So now choose another area of your body where you've been experiencing quite intense symptoms. For many it will be the stomach area, digestive issues, as we're digesting these new energies, these new fifth dimensional energies. And on the count of 3, we're going to press the green button. 1, 2, 3. Now observe these light frequencies are now coming into this next area of your body. It's like pure light rain dispensed from the top of the cylinder, and this light rain is just pouring down, and it's almost like smoothing any rough edges of density that have been catalyzed in these last couple of weeks. And it's almost like, visualize this light rain like falling on a pebble, and it's causing the pebble to really smooth out, and just invoke that energy. And now you notice that at the top of this rainbow cylinder, a very large sphere of pink light. It's like a pink sphere it's like almost like baby pink colour, and it just opens and activates to about 3 inches above your crown. And this pink light is specifically from the Pleiades and has been sent forth to specifically assist in the acclimatization of these ascension frequencies. So now, brothers and sisters, I just want you to visualize just reaching your hands up to this sphere, and it's almost like you're pulling a garment of clothing, of pink clothing. So your hands are like up at the sphere now. In real time, I invite you to just to grasp hold of this sphere above the top of your head. And we're now almost like getting inside a pink sleeping bag. We're going to just drag this pink energy over all of our entire body. You can visualize it as a pink, fluffy, soft sleeping bag. And this energy is extremely nurturing. And it's really, really dealing with any trauma in your system. is being specifically addressed. Please take in 3 deep breaths and really use the power of your intention to feel yourself surrounded in this pink pleidian sleeping bag. Which is bringing great, great delight to your inner child. And on the count of 3, the sleeping bag shall transform its form. Light. 1, 2, 3. And now visualize yourself standing under this great cylinder of pink light. And just get a sense now of this pink light. It's almost like massaging you, like getting underneath your arms. It's getting inside your organs. It's just really assisting with any stuck energy in your pelvis, any creaks in your knees. It's just really getting in there now to smooth out. Just really visualize this now, brothers and sisters. Just visualize this whole rainbow cylinder being filled with this pink light now, with you standing inside, receiving this healing, receiving this Lemurian healing. On the count of 3, the pink energy will return back to its source. 1, 2, 3. Pink energy now returns back to its source and you find yourself standing in this rainbow cylinder. Please bring your hands in prayer position if it feels resonant for you. And repeat, it is done. I am now healed. I choose to affirm that I am healed. I choose to affirm that I coexist in this physical vessel with profound ease. I give thanks to all of my galactic brothers and sisters for assisting me with this extraordinarily powerful healing. And as you are standing there in your rainbow cylinder, sending out this prayer of deep gratitude, before you know it, the cylinder opens. Just feel yours with so much more energy, super vibrant, like you've let go of thousands and thousands of years worth of baggage. And now just invite you to say thank you to your Pleiadian brothers and sisters for supporting you, for showing up in the way that they promised that they would. And as you bow your head in gratitude, you notice that your Pleiadian brother and sister stand in the spot that they arrived in. And you notice that the golden light cylinder forms as they close their eyes and activate their third eyes. They're calling forth for their cylinder to assist them to return home to the Pleiades. Just observe them now, just in their cylinder. On the count of 3, they will have gone. 1. Feel their love emanating from the cylinder. Sense that their hands are in prayer position, bowing and pranaming to you, Divine One. 2, 3. Shoo! The cylinder has now gone. Find yourself in your favourite place in nature, having received this almighty upgrade. I invite you now to just rub your palms together. Bring your palms to your eyes. Give yourself great blessing, blessing your sight that you may see the higher realms, that you may remember to express yourself from the higher frequencies, that you may be a vessel of pure, untainted light, that all your brothers and sisters may find guidance for their journey home through you and your vibration. This meditation is now complete, brothers and sisters. I invite you to just slowly start bringing your awareness to the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes and your extremities, as we come back now, bring ourselves back, knowing that this is a very powerful healing tool that we all have access to. I've only got 20% on my phone, brothers and sisters. Thank you, lovely healing, very timely. Thank you. Welcome back. How are you all doing? Was that timely, Premadima? Thank you. Yeah, so I'd love to know, you know, in the sort of coming days, like how that was for you, and if you experienced any shifts with your symptoms. It's really important that you listen to the first bit of the video, because I give a lot of top tips about how to deal with Ascension symptoms. So check out the first bit of the video if you want. Sonia says, lovely, thank you. That was so gorgeous, Jen. Thank you so much. That's from Erica. Oh, Erica, are you the one that sent me the lovely birthday messages from Israel? You are, aren't you? Thank you, sister. That really touched my heart. Love to you, Jen. I needed that today. Headed into Seattle. Oh, God, where are you? We're all pleidianed up to head into Seattle, Susie. Yes, Erica. Yes, sister. Oh, that was so beautiful. Yeah, so amazing. Thank you all so much for being part of this beautiful meditation, and I hope that you got a lot out of it, as I did. I'm going to go and do it later before I go to bed. I'll just do the whole meditation. I was going to speak about a few bits and other bobs, but I'm not going to speak about things now. Light language came through. But I will say that I still have one more place left on my Avalon retreat, and so who is the lucky person that's going to fill that last spot? My birthday was yesterday. I already feel the difference. My jaw and neck have been so tense and achy. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad. Anyway, yes, I've got one more spot left on my Avalon retreat, brothers and sisters, and I really look forward to welcoming the last person to sign up. It's on the 16th, 17th, 18th of October in Glastonbury. We're going to be working with a lot of the sacred sites, doing a lot of ceremonies, sharing a lot of kirtan, but basically working on healing our core trauma. That's what it's all about. Yeah. So that's one announcement I do want to make, and the second announcement is about the 1010 transmission, and I'm receiving so many downloads about this, and we're going to be working specifically with the activation of the Grail codes. And this is so huge, because this is what got sort of tampered with in the by the powers that were all the Grail codes, the hieros, gamos codes. And so we're going to be re-empowering those codes and activating them within our DNA, because they're actually stored as particular strands in our DNA that were sort of like turned off, for want of a better way of putting it. So we're going to be reactivating those codes, which is so massively important in terms of where we're going as a collective species, as an evolutionary species. We're all going into this fifth dimensional paradise realm, and so all of these codes and DNA strands that were manipulated and controlled have to be released and have to be set free. So this is going to be huge for all of us and for our ancestral lineage as well. Randy, darling, if you just sent me a little message, I'll send you all the information about the Avalon retreat. So yes, it's going to be really, really powerful. It's going to be absolutely huge, the 1010 retreat. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Sonia. Yeah, it's going to be huge, the 1010, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. So that's going to be in a few days from now, 5 days from now, not long to go. So giving thanks to all the brothers and sisters that are booked onto this ceremony, which is going to be on the 10th of October at 7:17 p.m. UK time. So really, really looking forward to welcoming you all into that ceremony. And I'll do another video in the next couple of days, and I'm gonna, when I do my next video, in fact I'll probably do one in an evening video, and I'll share some music. But what I'll do is I'm going to be speaking about why it is that a lot of people on the twin flame path go through periods of celibacy, and like what is the higher reason, or some of the higher reasons why many of us prior to our union sort of like have these periods where there's not a lot of activity in the romance department. So I'm going to be speaking about that because that applies to a lot of us, and it's really, really deep subject, and it's something that Spirit is really massively guiding me to speak about, but I'm not going to speak about it today. So I look forward to sharing more about that. So yeah, brothers and sisters, thank you all so much for being here, and thank you all so much for hearing the call to sign up for the 1010. It's going to be so amazing. And yeah, so I'm off to a sound healing now, which I really feel so blessed that in Glastonbury we've got this amazing couple that bring like all these massive crystal bowls and stuff, and they bring them to the goddess house, and we all just sit there and have a total frequency upgrade. So I'm about to go and have a frequency upgrade, brothers and sisters. And so that's it. So it's been about an hour-long video. I'm sorry if the connection was a bit dodgy in and out. But I just want to say thank you all so much for watching and listening and tuning in and being part of the group. And thank you all so much for drawing our attention to certain energies that get into the group that are not supportive and are not loving. And so thank you for highlighting those comments. So bearing in mind that next to each comment there's 3 dots. And if somebody is rude or offensive or anything like that, just click the 3 dots and you can report the comment. And then that person will be dealt with. Most likely they'll be removed. So people that if you can't play in a culture of kindness and empowerment and upliftment, then you can't play. You can come back when you can play, but that's just the way it is, isn't it, brothers and sisters? And it is working. Oh, and also, yeah, just really important that as many of us as possible, like, let our soul family know in our friends group about this group, because I woke up a couple of mornings ago with a really strong message from Spirit that we're now going into the next phase of the Ascension, and there's going to be a load of new brothers and sisters that are going to be really, really waking up in an accelerated way. And so it's very important, soul family, that you at least let your friends know that this group is available, and we're working specifically to assist in the Ascension and for everyone to stabilise in 5th dimensional consciousness and to become full avatar master beings. So but it's much better for you to just write a little thing on your Facebook page saying, introducing you to this amazing group that's really, really helped me, full of awakened souls in a culture of deep love and kindness, come and join. Much better for you to write that with the link for the group as opposed to adding people, because if you add people, they won't know. They don't know. They don't get any notification unless they interact with the group. They don't get any notifications about the group. So it's a waste of time and energy, like adding people. But there are going to be people in many of your friendship groups that are meant to be part of this next wave of joining the Event is Happening group. So yeah, just sending out that message, brothers and sisters. And I'm really looking forward to, I'm going to be interviewing Laura Eisenhower on the page. Haven't got a date yet, but first week of November. Really excited about that. I've been really deeply connecting with Laura, and we're very, very, we are really, really aligned. we've pretty much got the same birthdays. I mean, we've got like, there's a few days difference between our birthdays. So I'm really, really excited about sort of like collaborating with Laura and stuff like that. So that's exciting. But anyway, I'll be back in the next couple of days with more videos and sharing more songs and talking about important subject matters to all of our hearts. But anyway, so thank you all, brothers and sisters. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being on this amazing journey. May we all just be like just so kind, like when we go out, just be kind, just do random acts of kindness, pay it forward, let people go in front of the car. Let's just bring this culture of kindness out into our world. You have a wonderful room. Thank you. Yeah, so let's just all like really just make a concerted conscious effort to raise the vibrations. And so when we go out of our home, everybody that we interact with, let's just like have that sort of extra high note in our tone, or just have that extra sort of like energy of humour, of light, so that everyone that we're connecting with is going to be uplifted. Like, we are doing such huge work for this ascension, all of us brothers and sisters in this group. So may we all just realise that. Oh, Latasha, bless you, darling. So yeah, let's just do it, and it's so amazing. It just feels so good. It feels so good when we just go out, like generating that positive energy, just giving that unconditional love to all of our brothers and sisters, and so that everybody that comes into your field, like just blessing them with your vibration, blessing them with your kindness. That's what it's all about. We can do this. We're doing it. We're anchoring this higher dimensional frequencies into Gaia. So be it. All right, brothers and sisters, namaste, many blessings. I hope you have a magical, beautiful day. Sending you fairy blessings from Avalon. All is well.